Gboogie from Gboogie.net. Welcome to the first installment. Probably be the last one for a while, because you can't give this stuff out, too often. Because then people, again, like before, think they got a grasp of it and run off with it. Next thing you know, 8 websites will pop up, and people will just use this as their gimmick, product. But I never really. I was always torn about giving this away. I wanted to actually make a video about this a few years ago, because it's something that we use for our shelf corps. And people always wonder how we're able to get the shelf corp limits up so high so fast. And I figured I'd explain at least one aspect. Because it really doesn't hurt anybody. It only hurts the wrong people to know the information. So that's why it's in the membership. But this has to do with Staples and Office Depot. It actually applies to any city-backed card, even from City Business, City Premier, City Platinum, all the way down to Home Depot, Radio Shack, the whole 9 yards. And I'll put this in the, this is right here in the members only forum under the gray area topics post. And this is how this works. I'm going to try to explain it short and sweet on the video, and then I'm actually write it out underneath. But how this works is, and this will probably click in people's mind, and then you'll see why it's not for everybody. For those people who have, like, let's just say Staples and Office Depot, we'll keep it simple. Everyone knows that you can get gift cards, American Express and Visa, Vanilla Visa gift cards at Staples and Office Depot. What you don't know is Citibank's payment system is very flawed. It's been flawed for 10 years. It's always been this way. This is probably one of the best kept secrets that actually helped propel us into the shell corp business, because we knew how to exploit it and take advantage of it. Now, first, let me start out by saying this is for informational purposes only. Not suggesting, applying, or insisting anybody do anything illegal. The black and white method is not illegal. It's just a technique. The gray method is very illegal, and I really wouldn't even have. I'm going to explain the gray area in type in the post underneath this video, but I'm not going to explain it on the video itself. Okay, let's see if I can give you a quick and dirty example. All right, here we go. Let's say you have a $2,000 account at Staples. Let's just keep it simple. Let's just go with one. City's payment system is so flawed that the day that you make your payment, say you have a $2,000 account, say you used it all, and say you make a full payment. That same day you make a full payment, your payment post, you can go back in the store immediately and use your limit. The thing is, if you say on Monday you spent your $2,000, you can't pay until Wednesday. Say Wednesday you pay your $2,000 bill, you can go back in the store Wednesday. On Thursday or Friday, the computer's going to be late catching up, and it's going to credit you that $2,000 back and say you don't owe them anything. So basically, to recap, after you make the payment, you can go back in on them. They'll throw you an extra $2,000. Now, if you have it set up like some of the suggestions or some of the techniques we have in the members area about the gift cards, the point of sale box, just basically recycling their own money minus fees and giving it back to them to get your limits up, then you have an idea what I'm talking about. Now, when it comes to this, it's like, it's so complicated, that's why I know I'm going to have to write it down, but it actually isn't once you understand it, once you grasp what I'm saying. Their payment system has like a delay in it. And if you quickly spend and quickly pay the money, the computer will get confused, and it will throw you the money back as a credit, only for one day. And it'll readjust the very next day. So if you have a $2,000 limit, and you spend $2,000, and then you pay it back the first time you're able to pay it when it posts, the computer will be and then you go back in and spend it again, the computer will be so confused and think that you overpaid. And for one day, it'll give you the $2,000 back and say you don't owe $2,000. Now, if you go right back in there and spend the $2,000 that it credited you, the mistaken adjustment, what it'll do is it'll double again, and you use the same gift card system that you swipe all your gift cards into your Square point of sale little portable card reader, and wait 2 days. It hits the bank minus the fees and minus the processing fee for the merchant account, and then you use your same bank account to make the payment again. What this does is it blows your limit up. I mean, you can do this in perpetuity. You can go from $2,000 limit, spend 2, pay 2, spend 2 again. Then it'll throw you 4. You go grab the 4,000. 2 days later, you pay the 4,000. The system is so messed up, it'll throw you 8,000, then 16, then 32. So hopefully everybody can see where I'm going. I'm sure that it's not that, you know, it's not that understandable the way I'm explaining it, but I'm going to write it out. But yeah, you can take a $2,000 limit on a card and bump it all the way up to $16,000 by using its own money to pay itself. So when it's all said and done at the end of the day, even though you're manipulating the system and you're booming up the amount that it's giving you, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done and you give them all their money back minus fees and minus the $5 per card, you actually end up only owing a couple $100, but it'll show that you spent $20,000, and it'll show that on all your reports. It'll show you have a $2,000 limit, but your high credit was 20 grand. Then it'll show now owes like $200, $300. So I know some of y'all the wheels is probably turning, and like, yeah, okay. And this is something as easy as plain black and white. You can easily test this with real money. You can actually make a payment, make a $50 payment on your account, go in and spend the $50 the second you make the payment, and watch the next day when 2 days later it'll just say you don't owe the 50 plus give you 50, and you can see it on a small note. Now, some people might say, well, how is this really report to the gray area? How is this really like a gray area thing? Well, what makes this a gray area thing is there's ways for the gray area person that can actually do the same thing and not make any payments, like keep all the money and just kind of like tip the company over and just walk off with 30, 40, 50 grand. That's what makes it gray. Yes, and that's why, you know, these type of techniques can't be in the wrong hands. Like, that's why I'd rather just put it in the members area. Not to say that there's no scammers in the members area, but just saying, at least some people pay some money. Battery's going dead. At least they pay some money and invest in their own future. So I'm just putting it like that. I'm going to explain it in writing, and even the gray area side. And it's all for informational purposes only, and I'll let y'all decide which one y'all going to use. Hopefully it'll be the black and white, but, you know, all's fair and love and business credit. See Boogie.